So what we do, we reach out to the user with their permissions and roles, and we ask them if they want to retain it or not. If they want to keep it, if they say delete it, we go ahead and submit a request on their behalf. So that is what we do in audit. There also, we are going to validate only right kind of validation. Actually, what happens here is usually there are two kinds of audits. One is an internal audit, another one is the external audit. So sometimes not sometimes most of the times external audits auditors. They come and they review the organization, how they are managing their accesses. So what they do, they request to the identity and access management team some kind of a data to show them, okay, how your access certification system works. For example, they'll tell them, give us a proof that this access was given on this date, based on the reports they have provided. So any random entry, they'll pick, any random identity they'll pick and they'll ask us, show us when was the access given to this application. And what is the reason this access has still not been withdrawn? So we have to produce them. Evidence is saying that, okay, we do this access review every 3 months. And this is the report, and this has always been approved by the reviewer in order to pass that audit requirement. Then only they confirm that, okay, you have a proper system which works for the access review. So this is for the external auditors. Internal audit is just to maintain that they should be able to maintain their system and they don't have any unnecessarily accesses given. So that's for the both purposes. So what Naveen is talking about, that's all about internal accesses. Mine is internal audit. And so, yes, then external auditing will be happening in January, next month, and our external auditor is KPMG. Okay. Yes, just an example. Since you guys have an idea, right? So since it's related to certification, only user validation. Yeah. So external. Thanks, Vinay. Okay, so manager certification. We have application owner certification. We have entitlement owner certification. We have some target certification. And role composition. Role groups, something we have, etc. etc. Role composition, role groups, account group, account membership. So if you want, you can go to setup and you can check. Okay. Click on New Certification. We have these many type of certification, like Targeted Manager, Application Owner, Entitlement, Owner, Advanced Role, Membership, Role Composition, Account Group Permission, Account Group Membership. You have these many type of certification, real-time project apps, and usually people will prefer to trigger Manager, Application Owner, Entitlement Owner and Target System and Advance. I never seen these kind of things. Anyway, let me explain each and everything. So these are the type of certification we have. The same with certification stages. So first stage, it's going to be staging. second stage or base, I can say, okay, second one. It's going to be active. Did one. It's going to be challenge. Fourth one, revocation. 15 is going to be end. So these are the 5 stages of the certification. So let's say you have a requirement to trigger certification. Certification will happen based on the client requirement. Let's like a quarterly, monthly mean quarterly basis, annual basis off early basis. So how they want to proceed, they can do it. We have option to do that. Okay, so certification most of the client will prefer for automate provisioning as well as certification for each and every client. I have seen they are going to utilize the same certification policies and the automate provisioning automated. So certification is the important functionality from Sailpoint perspective. Okay, we'll talk about this. Staging is nothing. It's a first stage. You are able to trigger one certification. But before that you need to validate. Okay, before you are able to trigger, but it's not going to the active stage. It will be in the staging only, and you can validate whether whatever we have done, it's right or wrong. It's like a pre-validation before triggering the certification. If you enable the staging one, which means you can validate after that if you are comfortable, then you can go for the second stage. So these are the stages we need to enable or disable. We can't. We have option for that. If you want to enable this one, you can enable or disable. So the second stage is going to be active. The moment you have to trigger any certification, click on the run. It will go active, and it will raise all access reviews. Let's say you have 10 managers, and you are going to trigger manager certification. So all 10 access review will be generated, and it will forward it to the manager. So in that scenario, those access review will be forwarded to manager. So in which stage it will happen? In the active stage. Now in the active stage, manager has done the review and he has removed some access. So now user will get notified. So those are the options. You can enable and disable. I'm telling the scenario. So if they have removed some access and user got notified. In that scenario, what user can do? User can challenge back saying you have removed this access, but as per my job functionality, I need this access. So you have to provide something like the user can challenge. So in what stage in the challenge stage, they can challenge their manager. So once they are all that action has been taken. After that it will go to the revocation period, where everything will be signed off, and it will go to the end stage. Okay, is it clear? Or you want to explain one more time? I'm not sure about the other tool where how they are going to trigger the certification, but in Sailpoint, these are the 5 stages we have to follow. If you want to enable or disable, we have a number of features, and we can set the time duration as well. How long the active period is going to be active, challenge period, how long it should be active, something like. Can you explain staging again, Rakesh? Staging means you are going to trigger a certification the moment you have triggered. So it will generate access reviews. As per the manager, as per the application, it will generate the access review. You don't want to generate the access review, but you need to validate whether everything is perfectly fine or not. It's like a pre-validation before generating access review. If you have enabled the staging period, you can validate. It's like a pre-validation. Okay. So let me trigger one certification. Click on New Certification. From there, which type of certification you would like to trigger. Click on Manager Certification. Okay, so here we have 5 steps. Stages is different. Steps is different. Okay, so always, certification will have 5 stages. You can enable, disable any stages. I think Rebecca, yeah. Here we have 5 steps. Whenever you are able to trigger a certification. Trigger means schedule certification. So here you can mention the certification name, like manager certification or anything. You can select the parameter. Like, if you want to add the creation date with year, creation date with quarter, you can add it. So that today's date and year it will be populated in the manager certification. Okay, so manager certification. Who is going to be the certification owner? You can select like SP, admin and all. So for whom? Who is going to be certified? The certification. Let's say we have selected a manager certification, then definitely manager is going to be the certifier. He is responsible to validate. In that scenario, if you want to trigger for all managers, then you can select. Or for you would like to trigger the certification only for particular managers. In that scenario, you can pick from here. So these are the managers. Since in our system, we have around 49 managers in my laptop. So let me quickly pick any 5 users, 5 managers, and I'll trigger. Or else I'll do one thing. First of all, I'll select for all managers, and I'll show how it's going to happen. Okay,